when the finance minister says that millennials are using Ola and Uber more, and that is the reason why car sales are down. Now you're looking at car manufacturers stopping production. Truck sales are down, and the data doesn't add up anyway. It doesn't match with what she said. So is there again a sense of denial here about addressing the real problem? Blame it on the millennials.
Nidhi, you're showing half empty, but let me show the half filled part of it.
Just
First
show
of
us
all,
the truth.
whenever the finance minister has mentioned about the millennium, what he mean to say, even the businessman, they are very cautious about the expenditure budgets. So they are telling that, okay, if you take a Ola Uber, it is much cheaper to use the Ola Uber and get the job done.
But that data doesn't add up.
No,
there is no
data,
significant rise in the
you
number
take
of
the
Ola
data
Uber
from
users
January today,
and decline in auto sales.
Mindy, we are sitting,
I'm
we
talking
are in
about
September.
facts, Mr. Ghosh.
But from January to September, please, if you have the data, please read it out. From January, February, March, what was the growth rate of this automobile sector?
Sir, it doesn't correspond to the slump in the auto sector at all.
What about commercial
This is
vehicles and
exactly-
mopeds, sir? Why are trucks going down? Are millennials
Every
looking
day
to
you
trucks?
are not supposed to purchase the trucks.
Commercial
Right.
vehicles, sir, commercial vehicle sale is an indicator.
That is because of the BS.
Let me finish,
That is,
sir.
yes, yes, clarified.
Commercial
Because
vehicle
of the
sale is an
BS.
indicator.
Because of the transfer to the
It's an
electrical
indicator
vehicles.
of economic activity.
That is why
Mopeds
people are
have
very
gone down,
cognizant.
sir. Two-wheelers have gone down. Are you telling me that millennials are not buying two-wheelers and mopeds?
Can I ask Meghna to come in?
You are talking about millennials, we are talking about the two-wheelers moped. There's a different story for two-wheeler
No, but
mopeds.
I'm
So
saying
But
the
it
facts
adds- it
don't
doesn't
add
add
up.
up, sir.
The facts
what
don't
the
add up.
people are planning
39%
their
drop in
expenditure
commercial
every
vehicle
day.
sale.
See, when Indian buy a car, they buy a car for 10-15 years. Now, if you have an apprehension that within 5-6 years or 10 years, it's going to be scrapped. So they have been a bit apprehensive and waiting for the right decision from the government,
Meghna.
which FM has cleared it out.
To understand that when the finance minister gave that statement, she also mentioned that there are some studies that show that this is happening. We don't know what those studies are. So maybe they can make it public so that we can know for
Study
sure
those
that
studies.
that's the reason. So let's just admit there was a study, for instance, and that, millennials are a problem, I guess. But then what do you do after that? Tell me that. Like, you're saying millennials are responsible for low auto sales. Now what are you going to do about it? Are you going to make sure you understand the millennial mindset and then make sure that, because if you look at it, millennial spending has changed over time. This generation likes to spend on indulgences more than the previous generation. There is no two ways about it. But then, is the government then planning to actually do more, say for instance, have like a scheme for restaurants then, like to produce more entrepreneurs who are going into the restaurant industry or like the delivery industry, so that what the auto sales that you have lost, you can actually recover from some other sector which is actually growing. So the service sector has been growing. There have been figures which show that the service sector has been growing. Manufacturing is down, everything else is down. But then, is the government actually saying this? What is happening right now is that I do think they are living in denial, and they should stop, because once they stop and admit there is a problem, only then can we move forward and actually talk about what you are going to do about it.
Mr. Ghosh, do you admit there's a problem?
First of all, again and again,
Yes or no?
government has
Yes
given
or
a
no?
statement, first of all,
Yes.
that
Is there a
this
problem?
is a temporary slump, which is now going to regain
So
in the
yes,
next
there is a
couple of
problem.
quarters, number one.
Okay.
Number two, there is no radical problems. There is no structural issues or structural problem. The
Minor
problem is
problem.
cyclical problems.